Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM right now. It is after 9 o'clock on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Have some special guests in studio. We're going to be learning all about Special Olympics Texas. I'm going to start with you. Can you introduce yourself and your role with the organization, and then we can move over here.
Okay. Hi. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tina Cifuentes. I'm the volunteer specialist for Special Olympics Texas.
And I'm Aaron Keith. I'm the executive director here for the East Region, which encompasses this area all the way through Houston and out through Beaumont. So
all right,
wide area.
All right, that is a lot. That's a large area, right?
It is. It's honestly geographically the smallest area. We, the south, stretches the border of Mexico, but we have the greatest population and density, and we're running like crazy to make sure we can serve as many athletes as possible in this region.
Okay, so what's going on right now with this year being unique? 2020's been nuts, and nobody really saw this coming. Maybe some people did. I wish they would have told us.
Right.
But it's been hard on a lot of nonprofit organizations, businesses. How has it been going for Special Olympics Texas?
Yeah, it has been an interesting year. Let's put it that way, to say the least. We have had to take a shift and make an audible for a sports reference. With the way we service our athletes in our population. And usually this time we would be, well into our fall sports season, doing our flag football, softball, aquatics events, things that obviously are not able to happen in person. We have shifted to put our emphasis on virtual programming that still allows our athletes to stay fit, healthy, socially engaged, and continue to feel like they're a part of the community. And we do that through our So Connected program. So the program staff has rolled their sleeves up, reinvented how we provide services to our athletes, and ways to get the community involved during this time. Like you said, it has been a rough year fundraising and sponsorship-wise, but luckily we have not had to do any furloughs. We've readjusted assignments to staff, so we are blessed in that sense that we are able to keep everybody employed in the organization and provide services for our athletes.
All right. So whenever you say, to the athletes, who is allowed to participate, and how do they find out about you guys?
Yeah. So Special Olympics Texas is one of 3 organizations that the Olympic Committee, the IOC, gives the rights to monitor the Olympics. It's us, it's Paralympics, and it's Junior Olympics. Junior's for younger individuals that are still in school. Para is for physically disabled individuals, and Special Olympics is for intellectually disabled. So while those are our athletes that participate, we are an inclusive program. We do unified sports, where we bring athletes with and without intellectual disabilities to play sports together. And as far as ages and who can participate and who can't, it's everybody. We have programs from 2 to 7. That is our young athletes program. That is developing sports skills, throwing, running, jumping, catching balls, that leads into those specific sports. And then we start actual competing from age 7 to, we have an athlete that is 77 that's still running track. So we see the spectrum, and we are literally, when you say open arms, we accept everybody in this organization, and that's kind of our motto, unified.
One more question for you right now, then I want to ask Tina some stuff. But you mentioned track, a 77-year-old gentleman running track.
Yeah.
What other sports and competitions do y'all have?
So we do over 20 sports. We have 3 seasons, winter, summer, and fall. And they're divided into different categories. So we do everything from table tennis to bocce ball, the mainstream sports, basketball, aquatics, track, soccer, football, or flag football, softball. We do specialized sports such as powerlifting, golf, floor hockey, badminton. Honestly, if there is an athlete that wants to do a sport, it is our job as a staff to find a way to provide that sport and opportunity for those athletes to do it. And beyond that, If they want to do something not a sport, an art, band, drama, radio stations, we try to partner with organizations like you guys to give our athletes an opportunity to maybe taste that for a day or join a art club. So we're not experts outside of the sports world, but we have a lot of partners that are, and that's how we change a life on a daily basis.
Tina, how long have you been involved with the organization? Because I think your job, I'll actually let you just tell, what is your job? Because I think I know what it is, but you can say it better.
Well, my job started out as an administrative assistant with Special Olympics Texas, and I've only been here for 1 year. So, but I got bit by the bug, and as we were talked about it a couple of weeks ago, I'm now the volunteer service manager for Special Olympics Texas. So my job is to get out there and find volunteers to be able to assist our athletes once we are able to return to play. And so with all these events that we're hoping to come into our new year, it's my job to make sure that every aspect is filled. So that's what I do. But, I have my hands in a little bit of everything.
Let's say she does a lot more than just that, Gardy.
Yeah, I'm everywhere, but I really enjoy being able to bring awareness to Special Olympics Texas, and not only for Houston, but for all of Galveston County, because like Aaron said, we do cover such a wide variety, a wide area of cities. And so we're trying to hit everybody. And one of the ways is being connected with KHEA Radio and getting you guys to help us with some of that awareness.
Cool. I was going to ask, what kind of volunteers do y'all need, whether that's individuals or businesses like KHEA?
Right. Businesses like KHEA, we need big corporations, let's take American National, for example. If, all their thousands of employees volunteered and matched some of our donations, those are the type of companies that we're looking for. But not only that, we're looking for the average citizen. We have over 40,000 volunteers for Special Olympics, and we could not, again, do it without the help of everybody. So we need teachers, we need students, we need athletes, we need coaches out there once we're able to return to play. We have a team to put together called the Games Management Team, and where we're always looking for scorekeepers. People now with COVID, we're going to look for people that are being able to monitor these events for us. So again, it's the whole gamut of everybody. So nobody is excluded.
Everybody's invited.
Everybody's invited to the party. Yes.
Yeah. So, you had mentioned, I guess, the three different facets of being able to use the Olympics name, which is a big deal. You hear it's has to be an honor. How does that feel for you? I guess just being able to help individuals and with the Olympics.
Well, it's a very big honor for me because as a BOI, we don't get a whole lot of exposure. And so for someone in my, for me, let's just say, I can't stress enough about how blessed I am to be part of this organization. And this is an organization that I don't have to sell, because when you mention Special Olympics Texas, everybody knows about Special Olympics Texas. And, what I've learned is that you have neighbors that have children with intellectual disabilities that need some assistance. So it has become our job in this county to bring awareness and get those families some exposure. So I'm just so thankful, and I'm blessed every day that I'm able to wake up and be able to help athletes and their families.
Do we have any idea, hopefully next year, but when will the sports and games return?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a team of doctors and volunteers, and like Tina said, when I say we service a lot, we really rely on those 40,000 volunteers to do this. And we have a volunteer team made up of doctors that we have a mitigation committee that looks at where COVID is in the state by county basis on not only a daily basis, but then they meet weekly to discuss return to play. The hopes is spring sports season goes on normal without a hitch. That's what our program teams are planning for. That's what we're looking forward to. We were hoping to do stuff this fall, but in person, but especially in this region, it's too high of a count right now, and there's too much of a risk. But spring season. So come February, March, we're hoping to be back on the field, as normal. But
that hasn't stopped us.
Yeah.
As Aaron was saying, what has really energized our whole staff in the whole state of Texas is being able to come up with virtual platforms. And these virtual platforms is what we've created over these 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so excited about these platforms. SO Connected is a platform that we utilize for at home basis for all of our athletes to participate, whether it be filming, fitness, nutrition. We started an e-gaming program where our athletes are, that has really taken off like wildfire. There's so many athletes out there that are in this e-gaming sports that it was an eye-opening for me. But, we created SOTX TV on our YouTube channel. So we're excited about all of this stuff. But not only that, we're very excited to bring Breakfast with Champions to the Gulf Coast area. And with that, this is the first time that we have ever been able to bring it to Galveston County. And so we need the support of all of our Galveston County citizens to come out here on October the 30th and tune in at 9 o'clock in the morning and listen to some of the stories in this area, some of the families that are out there that can tell their stories. So we're very excited about that.
What kind of feedback and responses do y'all get from the Olympians? What kind of feelings do y'all get and can read from them?
I'll tell you. So I started 7 years ago with this organization, never having or knowing an individual with an intellectual disability prior to. I got involved actually while I was at Texas A&M. That's where we host one of our state games. When I was a student and volunteered, and ended up coming to work for this wonderful organization. And you come into an organization and you think it's going to be a job. But when you get around the athletes and you go to an event and you see what I describe as the purest form of sport, where it's our athletes, aren't there to make millions of dollars. They're not there to make, embarrass an opponent. They're there to see their friends, to do something that they absolutely love, and to bring joy. So once you actually physically see an athlete, get to talk with an athlete, see them cross that finish line, and then turn around and hug the guy that finished right behind them, it's hard to not wake up every morning knowing that you're doing something right in this world. And it's an amazing feeling, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like Aaron said, it's not a job. It's a blessing that I think we are all handpicked to do. So we're very excited and we're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
That has to be refreshing watching the athletes, and it's cool to, they're Olympians.
Yeah.
They're Olympians.
They are.
Oh,
Just seeing them, like you said, that pure form of just joy and love and just for the love of the game and stuff, just playing the sports, because it is. Sometimes you watch, turn on the NFL and turn on the NBA just ended and stuff. It's just like, man, these dudes are paid a lot of money. But, and they have a voice and everybody has a voice to be heard. But just to see, like, I remember being a kid and just wanting to play baseball because I like baseball, and just like, I don't know, just being reminded sometimes of what's important.
Right.
Exactly. And they have, and we we work at a local level, but they have opportunities to go to national. In 2022, we'll have our national games out in Orlando. Team Texas will be sending 250 odd athletes to represent our state, and then they will get to advance to world depending on how they do out there. So for those athletes that want that higher level of competition, we have that as well. But at the end of the day, we're here to provide an opportunity for an athlete or an individual that may have not gotten that opportunity yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the game with us.
So each state will have, Special Olympics Texas,
Yep.
and then y'all go, you said the competitions in Florida, and then there's the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's Special Olympics is a global movement. It's a global movement of inclusion. Then there's obviously the 7 different regions, which are the 7 continents, and then each state has their own subset. Every 4 years, Special Olympics at a local level where we work in this state and in this county and in this city, is an everyday living, breathing thing. It happens every day. Whether it's in the schools, bringing in our Unified Champion schools, bringing individuals with and without ID together during lunch to build bonds of friendship. Whether it's working with our local law enforcement and LATR officers to do stuff with our athletes. Whether it's an actual physical competition or a unified event that we do with American National or KPMG, where we bring athletes out to play a sport with their employees. That happens every day. But every 4 years, we get together as a country, all the states, bring our athletes together that qualify to do a national games. And then the year after that, so it's still every 4 years, but it's a year after national games, all the countries, the 174 countries that do Special Olympics across the world, bring their athletes together to celebrate at a World Games. 2 years ago, it was in Abu Dhabi in the American Emirates.
That's where the UFC is doing Fight Island. Do you follow any of that MMA stuff?
I used to. I'll tell you, I haven't followed it as much recently, but I remember.
That's Fight Island, yeah. It's like, I know exactly where that is. Yeah. It's pretty cool, yeah.
No,
that's awesome though.
Yeah, we're a global organization. We plan major events, but we do great work on a daily basis. It's the one thing I will tell the general public about Special Olympics. It's not when is Special Olympics. Special Olympics is an everyday thing. It's a societal mindset change. It's a bring people together, and we all know we need that more than ever right now. And our athletes have that ability. You can bring the president of Coca-Cola and the president of Pepsi out to an event, and they won't be bickering about, hey, why is they here? Because when you see an athlete and you're there for the right reason, all that pettiness goes away, and that's what we strive to do.
Yeah, for the region, Special Olympics Texas, and for your region specifically, what does success look like for the remainder of this year for you guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. I will tell you right now, our major focus is teaching and making sure that our athletes and families, because some of our families are up there in age, understand technology, because right now that's what we're using to keep them healthy. We do daily content on our Facebook page and our YouTube pages, as well as all of our social media pages, and you can find those at Special Olympics Texas on Facebook. You can find our specific region, Special Olympics Texas / Greater Houston or / Gulf Coast. And every day we try to put up daily content, whether it's doing a healthy meal or a 30-minute workout, or how to plant a plant, or a hobby that somebody may love that they want to share with people. That's what we use to keep our athletes engaged right now. The other thing is starting our Unified Champion schools, partnering with schools to bring inclusion to their campuses. So when I think of success for the remainder of this year, I want to see, all of our 10,000 athletes participating in our So Connected program, and I want to see us starting Unified Champion schools as many programs in as many school districts as possible. If we can do that, and if we can make a difference in just one athlete's life on a daily basis, then I grade that as a successful day. That's
awesome. So what if somebody, would benefit if they're an athlete and they want to get hooked up? How can they hook up with you guys?
Well, they definitely can go to our website. Just like Aaron just said, go to www.sotx.org. Find your area. Find your nearest office. Yep. Call the office, and you'll get somebody on the other end, and then we will be able to guide you through the necessary steps that they need to in order to get into Special Olympics Texas. Yep. We'll hook them up with area head of delegations that will be able to say, like the Space Center Rockets. It all depends what area you're in, and we will be able to connect them with the right people. So just give us a call at our local offices.
Okay, and that's the same thing if somebody wants to, volunteer or donate, organization, get involved, same?
That's right. Get involved or call me up at on my cell phone, and You can always reach me at Tina Cifuentes at sotx.org, or you can call me at 512-552-4410, and I'll be able to help you and guide you.
Yep.
Is there anything else y'all would like to share while y'all are here today?
Oh, yeah. Well, we really want to talk about the Breakfast with Champions. And that is, again, it's our major fundraiser for the Gulf Coast area. It's on October the 30th. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we will go live on our Facebook. And just tune in. And if you feel it in your heart to hit that donate button and donate to Special Olympics, by all means, please do so. But listen to the stories and hear these families and what they go through on a daily basis, and meet some of the people in your community that you probably see in the local grocery store or in just passing or out on the baseball field or football fields now. And just get to know your athletes in your local area. Again, it is October the 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it will be on all of our Facebook pages. And just listen to the stories. And come out and get connected with us.
So it's October 30th, 9 a.m. That's a Friday.
That is a Friday, yes.
So it's a virtual stream,
Yep.
raising money, donating to Special Olympics Texas.
And you don't have to. Really, I'll tell you, you will if you tune in because of the stories. But it's 30 minutes, easy start to your day. And it's a good end to your week and a good start to your Friday. Like Tina said, gives you an opportunity to hear from some of our local athletes of what Special Olympics means and does for them. Because I can sit here and talk to you guys till I'm blue in the face, but when you put an athlete out there and you actually hear what it does, or a family, or our law enforcement officers that talk about how Special Olympics makes their day, it's hard not to get involved.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it. That's why we do it.
It's very rewarding. It will get you off to a great start for your day, and you're just going to feel so happy throughout the day. I guarantee it. Once you remember the stories and that these families are telling, and the local law enforcement that's actually got involved with Special Olympics, I truly feel that we are waking up Galveston County. And believe me, when you see my van in the streets of Galveston County, I'm coming your way. I'm looking for volunteers, and I'm just looking to meet people and bring awareness to our area.
Yeah. I love virtual events, and there's been a lot of organizations that have had to shift to that. Mm-hmm. But I think what people are finding is that these virtual events, hopefully things get back to normal. We'll still have the normal events, but then we'll be able to add and keep these virtual events as well. And there's just other opportunities for people to donate and get involved.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, yes. I think you hit the nail on the head. Our So Connected programming, our virtual programming, when I talked a little bit ago about us being a daily, Special Olympics Texas being a daily thing, not a when is it thing. Our CEO has made it very clear that So Connected is going nowhere. When we come out of COVID, we'll still do our in-person events, but for those athletes that are looking for something to do on a Monday, it's our job to provide that. It's not our job to give an athlete an opportunity, once a year. It's our job to give an athlete an opportunity on a daily basis, and we take that to heart.
Here's a comment that came in on Facebook, and they said, "Hey, thank you for sharing this. Will this be on KHEA?" And so I said, "Yeah, we will share it out." So if y'all help me remember, I'm going to put it in our calendar. I'm going to put it in my calendar, the 30th, 9 a.m. It's a Friday.
Please
y'all
do.
are broadcasting that on y'all social media platforms. I'll make sure we share it on ours so we can help spread some positivity out there and opportunities for people to give back to the community.
Yeah. Well, we are hosting a watch party on October the 30th at the Sea Star base. We'd love to have you guys come out, and maybe you could tune in
that'd be cool.
live that morning. But, again, please come out and join us virtually on October the 30th. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to leave your office. If you're listening in your car, pull over on the side of the road and listen to the stories. And, again, if you find it in your heart to donate, please do, by all means. But we're so excited about bringing this to the Galveston area, and we're very blessed. I just can't say that enough. We're very blessed to have this opportunity.
Yeah, and the cool thing about I guess social media is it's free to share it.
Right.
It's free to comment. It's free to tag a friend. Yeah. So even if you could, hey, I can only donate $5, $10, I can only donate $100, or I can't donate right now.
Right.
I can at least share and support
Exactly.
and get involved in that way. So that way somebody that I'm connected, the algorithms and all the way that stuff
Oh,
works,
yeah.
it makes a difference. It really does.
Definitely does.
And the good thing about doing these too is if anybody misses it, they are on our YouTube channel at Special Olympics Texas TV. And you can go. We actually did our Houston one a couple weeks ago, and it's on there. So, yeah, the good thing, like you said, about social media and doing these virtual things is it lives on past the actual event, so it can be reshared time and time again throughout the year as you guys see fit, or an individual says, I think I may have somebody that would benefit from knowing about these programs. So
definitely,
you hit the nail on the
and
head.
Again, we're always looking for volunteers. So, if you can't donate and you'd like to volunteer, please let us know. Call your local office or get with me, and I'll be happy to get you signed up.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. All right, Facebook. Hey, y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Again, share this out because you're helping, Special Olympics Texas. You're helping promote positivity in the community and